Welcome to 90s Nostalgia, New York edition, the channel where we take you back to the decade that defined a generation. From the gritty streets of NYC to the global trends that shape popular culture, we're diving deep into the 90s like it's 1999 all over again. I'm your host, well, your invisible guide, and together we're going to relive the sights, sounds, and soul of the 90s. With a special focus on the city that never sleeps, New York. The 90s weren't just a time, they were a vibe. It was the era of dial-up internet, mixtapes, and Saturday morning cartoons. But here on this channel, we're focusing on the heart of it all. New York City, the city that never sleeps, was the epicenter of fashion, music, and culture that influenced the world. Whether you were a kid playing Street Fighter 2 at the arcade, a teen blasting Tupac on your Walkman, or an adult catching the latest indie film at the Angelica, the 90s in NYC was unlike anything else.
Freedom, so you refuse to let it go. Oh.
Let's start with the city itself. New York in the 90s was raw, real, and full of character. The Twin Towers stood tall, casting their shadow over a city that was both gritty and glamorous. Times Square was the neon jungle of billboards and Broadway marquees, but it wasn't the sanitized tourist hub we know today. It was edgy, chaotic, and alive with energy. Central Park was the ultimate hangout spot, whether you were rollerblading, playing pickup basketball, or just chilling with friends. And let's not forget the subway. Those graffiti-covered trains were a moving canvas of urban art, even if they weren't the most reliable way to get around. Now let's talk culture. The 90s were the golden age of hip-hop, and NYC was its birthplace. From the Bronx to Brooklyn, artists like Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas were redefining music and telling the stories of the streets. Meanwhile,
you know it, hip-hop.
So the hip-hop, the hip to the hip-hop, you don't stop.
Downtown, the grunge and punk scenes were thriving in places like CBGB and the East Village. It was a time when music wasn't just something you listened to, it was something you lived. And then there was fashion. The 90s brought us baggy jeans, oversized flannels, and Timberland boots. Brands like Tommy Hilfiger and FUBU were everywhere. And let's not forget the iconic looks from shows like Friends and Seinfeld, both of which were set right here in NYC. But the 90s weren't just about music and fashion. They were also a time of technological revolution. Remember the sound of a dial-up modem connecting to AOL, or the thrill of renting a VHS tape from Blockbuster? In NYC, you could hit up Tower Records for the latest CD, or browse the shelves at Kim's Video for that obscure indie film. And let's not forget about gaming. Whether you were battling it out in Mortal Kombat at the arcade,
Excellent. Get over here! Scorpion, win.
Or playing Super Mario on your SNES. The 90s were a golden age for gamers, and if you were lucky, you might have even had a Game Boy to take out on the go. And of course, no trip down memory lane would be complete without talking about food. In NYC, the 90s were all about street food.
McDonald's Happy Meal Workshop!
Here's how we cook the Happy
Meal.
There's fun in everyone.
Happy's how you feel. We feel happy.
Works every time. For McDonald's.
What's coming to McDonald's? It's our Happy Birthday Happy Meal. 15
hot dogs, pretzels, and of course, pizza. Raised pizza, anyone? And let's not forget about the rise of coffee culture.
Millions of otherwise ordinary people suddenly disappearing. There's only one answer. A national Big Mac attack.
And here's why. For a limited time, you can get 2 Big Mac sandwiches for $2, or 2 bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits for $2.
With spots like Starbucks starting to pop up on every single corner. And then there was the slang. If something was cool, it was the bomb. If you were excited, you were psyched. And if somebody was acting up, you'll tell them to talk to the hand. The 90s had a language all on its own, and it's still iconic today. So what can you expect from this channel? We got it all covered. The rise of hip-hop and the golden age of rap, iconic 90s fashion trends that are making a comeback, the best 90s movies and TV shows filmed in NYC, and how tech like the Walkman and Game Boy changed the game. And of course, the food, the slang, and the unforgettable moments that made the 90s so special. Each episode will take you deeper into the decade with a mix of nostalgia, humor, and fascinating facts. Whether you're a 90s kid or just a fan of the era, there's something here for everyone. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join us as we relive the decade that brought us everything from Friends to Fresh Prince, from Nirvana to Notorious B.I.G. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And if you got a favorite 90s memory or topic that you'd like us to cover, drop it in the comments below. Let's take a trip down memory lane together, because the 90s weren't just a time, they were a lifestyle. See you next episode. Peace.